The price system, let me further explain this by discussing a topic that a lot of people actually might be surprised at, but it's the topic of price gouging. We may have heard of this term around the times of Hurricane Katrina and various crises. You see here, this is a line of people with their gas cans all standing in line waiting to get gas. You've got here someone making a joke about it, saying regular unleaded is an arm, plus is a leg, and premium is your firstborn. And here you've got a sign saying, notice, no price gouging allowed. And this is something that the politicians, they love to pander to people about, because they know people get pretty emotional about it. They think, we just had a crisis. I need my gas. How dare you sell water at a more expensive price? I need a generator. How dare you sell a generator for a higher price during a crisis? So politicians, they actually say, we're going to outlaw price gouging. We care about you. We want everyone to be able to get that generator or get that gas, get that water during a time of crisis. How dare those evil corporations turn a profit during a time of crisis? So what happens? The politicians, they pander, people vote them in, or they continue to vote for them, continue to support them, and they actually pass laws which say if you sell something for a significant price more than it was the day before a disaster, then that's price gouging. That's illegal. But what happens? Let's think about this just a little bit further. The day before a hurricane hits, you can walk through Lowe's and you can see dozens and dozens of generators all sitting there. And there, let's just say a generator is $800 the day before a crisis. You walk by and you say, I don't think I'll need a generator. What do I need a generator for? The next day, a crisis hits and you say, my power's out. I need hot water, the baby's crying, I need to take a shower, we need to keep the food in the refrigerator cold, I need a generator. So you go there, and guess what? All the generators may be gone. Why? Because the price was the same it was the day before. Now let's change the scenario. Let's just say that the crisis hits, people start running in buying generators. Now let's just say that someone, maybe they've got $2,000. They say, I think I'm going to buy two. I don't really need a generator, but maybe I'll need a second one. So they get two generators. Maybe someone gets really, really freaked out. They buy three. But now what happens? They raise the price a little bit, and someone says, I'll pay that for one, but I don't think I'll pay that for two. So those generators stay on the shelf. And guess what? Now someone else walks in, they say, well, that's a bit steep, but I need that generator. All right? Now let's just say all the generators are gone. They've been sold at that price. You've got a sort of a disaster zone in that area. And Lowe's says, we need more generators. And they call the Lowe's in the next state over, and they say, send us all your generators. People are clamoring for generators. And the guy over at Lowe's says, we're not sending our trucks into that mess over there. They're going to get looted, or maybe some more bad weather will hit, whatever. And they say, well, we might do it if you paid us a little bit more. We're not going to send our truckers into that mess, etc., etc. So for the regular price, they're not going to do it. They need an extra incentive to make that trip, especially in an expedient manner. You want it tomorrow, you're going to have to pay our drivers more. You're going to have to pay us more for that extra trip through the middle of the night, into that risky area, etc. So you raise the price of a generator, it gives the truck driver and the truck owner, etc., an incentive to make that trip through the night into that risky disaster zone. You raise the price, they have an incentive, they drive it in there. Next thing you know, the next morning, you've got all the generators you want. Because you could raise the price, and that gave the people outside of that area a reason to bring it in there. And if you keep the price artificially low, if you don't laissez-faire, if you don't leave it alone and let people determine their own prices according to the popularity of an item, well, then all of a sudden that becomes a scarce item. And the very thing that the politicians wanted to protect you from, they caused, because they started meddling in the market. So the price system is simply another mechanism that should be left alone, left to the individual buyer and seller of that item, of that service, to be determined amongst themselves according to what the market will bear at the time.